guys, welcome to NB's YouTube channel. Look, I'm glad that you made it here. Thank you for your support. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you know when I'm posting. I'm posting every Sunday. Now, for the giveaway instructions, all you have to do is leave a comment below this video and let me know why you started doing nails. And I will pick someone random from them comments and present the winner on next Sunday's video. That's all the instructions. Let's get started, you guys. So I'm just doing some cuticle work by prepping the nail. This is what you would do on a client on their natural nail. So as you see here, I'm just wiping the nail off with some nail cleanser by Young Nails Swipe. And I noticed that on the nail it had a little bit of acrylic, the red acrylic that I cleaned up with my nail dust brush. So it's just extra cleaning. We're going to go ahead and size the tips up. And just for my practicing, I use my glue from my Uncle Sally's beauty supply. So that is what I'm using to glue the tips on to the practice fingers. So now after getting them glued on, I'm just going to cut them to size by just cutting off the edge of them right where the free edge meets the nail tip. So once that's done on all fingers, you want to go in and just size the tips to your client's liking or your liking, whatever nails you're doing. So as you see here, I'm just shaping the nail into place so that way when I go and lay my acrylic, the nail is already the foundation, so it's already in shape that I want it to be. And you're just going to keep repeating that step on both sides, making sure you're checking as you go so you don't overfoul one side more than the other. So now that we're done, I'm just going to flip the hand and go ahead and check different angles and size the tips that way to make sure all of them are the same shape and same length. Then we're going to go back in with some swipe and clean up and change that pH balance. Once again, I like to go ahead and blend my tip after this and then go in with swipe again, but swiping upward on the nail so the tip blends in. So we are going to be using Aestheticcreationz Acrylic. All products will be linked in the description box below. So then we're going to go ahead and go in with the Makarrt Dehydrator and Primer. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom it in so you guys can see a little bit better of how I apply my acrylic and how the application process goes for me. First bead, and I'm very proud of myself. I did this nail in 2 beads. I'm still working on my 2 to 3 bead ratio or 1 bead ratio, but I have my liquid to powder ratio down, so that's really helpful on getting the right size beads I want in certain places. So I'm just gonna continue making sure I'm following the foundation that I set out for myself with shaping the nail earlier by going along the sides, either patting it in or swiping down, and also doing the same thing at the tip to keep it from losing its sharp shape. So we're going to go ahead and pick up a medium to small bead. We're going to place it near the cuticle, not right on it. And we're going to work it into the cuticle while allowing it to run down the finger. Not too runny though. And then we're just going to take the tip and blend it out. So now we're just going to go ahead and place our second bead, and what I've learned about liquid to powder ratio is going to determine where you want your bead to go. So like for instance, a lot of the time when you're building your first bead, since you want it to go further down, I would probably go with like a medium to large bead depending on the nail size. If you're in your cuticle area, you want to go with like a small to medium bead on the drier side, just so it doesn't overflood the cuticle. So here I'm still working on making sure I'm following the lines that I set out for myself when I was shaping the nail. And I'm just going to pat everything into place, making sure I'm blending. That was probably some lint that I was getting out. And I also want to make it very clear, you don't have to do the 1 or 2, 3 bead method. Do whatever works for you. I'm doing the same, but I'm just trying to learn the 1 to 2 bead ratio or 3 bead method. It's just a preference for me that I want to learn. If you want to learn it, definitely practice it. If not, do what's best for you guys. As you're going to see, I'm going to let the bead work its way down by itself by using gravity, by facing the nail downwards. That is the easiest way to apply acrylic to the nail, is to allow it to run itself down. Not too runny, but it should run down the nail, not falling off the sides. You should be able to guide it right down the nail, you guys. So after I'm done with the pinky, you're going to see me go in and encapsulate all the nails. The reason why I do this is because it is a practice hand, and if I do want to build the apex, I'm going to just do it in clear, which I do that sometimes with customers too. If I'm using color acrylic, because it costs so much and you don't need a lot of it, go ahead and encapsulate with clear for your strength, okay? So I'm just going to tap the nail to make sure it makes a clicking sound to let me know it's dry. That is the quickest way to know if your nail's dry. Give the tap, click, click. Go ahead and go in and shape that nail up. I don't have a lot of shaping to do because I followed the foundation that I set out the first time. So I'm just really smoothing it out and making sure I'm getting the sidewalls lifted up to match your natural sidewalls. That's about it. There's not a lot to do. So I'm going to go ahead and buff the nail to smooth out the surface so I can do some line art. So I like to prime before my line art, just a preference for me. The line art I'm using today is going to be the blue and the pink. I'm just simply doing like a French open face. So I did notice there was some lint in there, so I'm just getting that out. Sorry for my head to pop in. But this is going to be coming to the end of the video, and I just want to say thank you guys for support. I really love you guys, and I hope to see all the people that's entering the giveaway. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys. Please. Thank you guys.